Still happy holidays.
Still, well, for some people, not for CarMax. Not happy
Oh,
holidays for
crap.
them.
Dude, what happened to CarMax?
It turns out they had a bad summer, bad fall, bad winter. They're getting
Bad
destroyed. Yeah, bad
initial
everything.
idea, bad everything,
People aren't making payments on cars, and new car sales are not happening. And
I've heard that.
let me tell
I've
you,
heard that.
I'm actually gonna. I'm in the process of giving one of my cars back.
Really? Which one?
Yeah, the SF90, the Ferrari. So they shipped
really?
it to me. Did I tell you the shenanigans?
No.
So I never got any paperwork from Ferrari. I never got any paperwork from like the state, registration, no plates, no nothing. So I wait. I message the salesman, hey, shouldn't I get some registration plates? Nope, nothing. Car's not registerable because it won't pass smog thing. So they said, oh, go get it smogged. I'm like, aren't you guys supposed to do all this? They're like, well, just go do it. So I go to the small place. The guy's like, I can't get it to work. They have to do a bunch of cold starts. You have to drive a couple 100 miles on it. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, they're supposed to do that at the dealership. So I hit up the dealer. I hit up the sales guy. Okay, we're gonna send a carrier to come get it. They get it. They say, I remember I told you we're gonna have to do 13 cold starts over 14 days and drive off 160 to 200 miles off the car. So do the math on a car that's around $900,000. What do you think a mile should be worth?
Oh my gosh.
If they're going to burn off 200 miles.
If they're burning off 200 miles, that's at least 20 grand right there.
That's what I thought. So I sent them a letter saying this is what it's going to cost to cure this, because you're burning miles off the car that you just sold me or whatever. So they don't respond. The salesman does, but the actual management don't. So I went to my friend, Mr. GPT 5.2, and I said, what is this in this situation? What is the best course of action? And it said, rescind the sale. Reset all the way back to zero. Make them resell you the car. Give the car back. Get your money back. Completely eradicate the sale and make them resell you the car.
Well, it's not a working car if it doesn't pass smog, right? So it's like
you can't legally sell a car if it hasn't passed the emission standards to sell the car. So I sent him a strongly worded essay last night. I texted it to the sales guy. I emailed it to him and I said, forward this to your management. He said, okay, no problem. They're going to call you. I'm like, oh, well, they're definitely going to call me. So I'm going to give the car back and then make them resell it to me. And I'm going to try to get at least 50 or 60K off of it.
Yeah. After it passes smog, right?
Yeah. After that,
obviously,
I shouldn't be the one getting butt raped on the miles.
Right. No, I agree. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So, because what happens is you put those extra miles on the car and on a Ferrari, then you go to sell it or trade it. Every mile is like works against you. So anyway, that was my shenanigans last night. But on the other side, I went to the simulator place a couple times.
Oh, geez. Yeah. You were telling me you're going to do that.
Yeah.
And?
It's very frustrating, but it's fun. You learn a lot about cars.
It's pretty accurate. The simulator's like spot on, right?
It's spot on. Like I'm driving, the guy's like, "Oh no, you hit something that last lap. Come back in. You need new tires." I'm like, crap,
dude, are you serious? That's crazy.
He's like, your back left tire hit something. You may have curved it or something. It's at 82%. The other one's at 90%. You're not going to be able to corner. Get off the track.
Oh man. Can they turn that up in like grades, or is it all or nothing there? Like, can they intro you to a lap, or is it just?
Well, no. What it is there's different tracks and there's different cars, and so they start you with a very kind of a slow high downforce car, meaning it's going to have traction. They start you with Formula 4, and they're like, it only gets up to like 150, 160 miles an hour. So they're like, it's not too fast, and it's going to have a lot of downforce. It's going to be very easy to steer. Then they'll put you in a Formula One car, which is all downforce, but very fast. Those, 220 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But those cars are easy to drive. Formula One cars are easy to drive. Which I guess is why, anyway, but they're easy to drive. They're much easier to drive than the car you drive on the street.
Mm.
So anyway, and then I'll try you on a couple tracks and all this. But when I went in yesterday, I was like, okay, what's going to make me better? Not what's going to make me feel good. I don't really mind. I mean, I lived most of my life not feeling good, so I don't mind not feeling good. So, I want to be challenged, and what's going to make me better so I can be better than other people. They're like, oh, well, you need to run the GT3 cars. I go, what's that? They go, they're the most unforgiving. That's the class of like the McLaren 750S, the 765, the 650, the Ferrari 488, like all those kind of the supercars, but the track version of the supercars. He goes, they're the most unforgiving. They're the hardest to drive. Most people don't like it. They're very unhappy with that.
I want
to do that one. And you can you're competing with whoever set the fastest lap time on whatever track with whatever car you're in. So they send you a readout later. They email you a report of every one of your laps that you did, and you can look at it versus the fastest lap ever. And you can see all the different statistics, your braking, your acceleration, your throttle control, how hard you braked, where you steered, the angle of your steering, and it's all graphed out on these charts. So you can look and you can say, oh, well, he turned in 220 feet earlier on that thing than whatever. Like you have once you learn to read those little things, you can look at a race in those charts and go, oh, wow. And it'll show you your line, like your car, how far above or behind you were from the fastest lap. So you can see, oh, and this turn is where he's beating me. So I need to gain time here. It's pretty cool.
All that tech's pretty cool. I've watched those couple of, even the F1 movie and stuff. They had a little bit of that stuff going on.
Yeah.
That stuff's cool. That's a good movie.
Yeah. And so one of the guy there, so this is apparently a pretty fast place. Like as far as the people that work there, I mean, it's like 6 nerds. I don't ever see anybody else there. I'm like the only one that goes there. But the guy that owns it is there. He's an actual race car driver. And 2 of the people that work there are race car drivers. And this is like, I guess this is their side hustle. But one of the kids there, he has on iRacing, which is the biggest of the leagues, he has 3 world, like fastest lap in the world, faster than Max Verstappen, faster than Lewis Hamilton. Like on a simulator, this dude is faster on 3 of the Formula One tracks than Formula One drivers.
Dude, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So if I get a chance, I'm like, hey, can you be my guy? And so he'll jump in the radio and he'll like, okay, you need to slow down there. Okay, you can go faster there. Oh, you're braking too early. Why are you letting off the gas? These guys are like, all gas, all brakes, no coasting ever. They just yell at me. They're like, why are you coasting? I'm like, no. They're like, hammer the brakes. I'm like,
so
man.
Good for the car, basically. Teaches you how to drive, not to drive in the real world.
Well, it teaches you how to drive a race car, like how to get a car to move around because you're not just braking and turning and all this kind of. You're using your brakes and your gas to forcibly rotate the car. That's the thing that people don't understand is you're using gas and brakes at the same time. They're like on a string. Imagine there's like a pulley, and this is how it's supposed to go. And that's why you drive with 2 feet, not 1 foot. If you drive with 1 foot, it's all or nothing of all of them, right? You need to drive with 2 feet because a lot of times you hammer. So when you go into a turn, no matter what the turn is, if you have to hit the brakes, you hammer the brakes, full brakes, not no, full brake, no gas. And then you slowly start accelerating as you back the brakes off, but you actually have the brakes on while you're accelerating. So it's like off the gas, full brakes, and then and it's like a karate move. You're like, and so you have
why Tesla built their cars that way?
As you're coming out of braking and accelerating, that forcibly rotates the car. You're not turning the car, you're actually rotating it on the road. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's cool.
Turning is this. where you're going forward. Rotating is this in place turning, and then you do that with a combination of brake and acceleration. It's cool.
Yeah, I dirt bike a lot, and so the brakes actually control a lot of my turns more than the gas does. So that's makes 100% sense to me. We brake around most turns to because we have to spin our back wheel around.
Oh, here we go. Lisa's already shitting on us because we spent 3 minutes talking about simulators.
well, I think it's pretty cool. I made 2 big mistakes this last week. You want to hear?
Yes.
The smaller one first, obviously. No, the biggest one's saved for the finale because it's big. Okay. The first one's first, obviously, is this guy that called out MEXC. Dude, I kind of follow him and stuff. He launched a meme coin. I'm like, I'll buy some of that. Oh, dude, it went up pretty good. I made $68. Pretty excited about it. Okay. Anyway, so I put in $5,000, made $68. I'm like, okay, I'm done. I pulled out. Woke up today. It did a 14x overnight.
Oh.
And it is what it is. I sold, but I could have had 70 grand this morning instead of $68. That's cool. It's fine. But the bigger mistake is we're here in Phoenix. We went to this Christmas music festival. Not music. It was like a light show. And in this light show, they have all these little booths and stuff, places where you can buy stuff. Anyway, we go in this one, and the kids are all with us. We have all our kids with us. And it's like, do you want to decorate a sugar cookie? And my wife's shaking her head. She knows what she did. Anyway, do you want to decorate a sugar cookie? And on this table, there's boxes that are the size of mini Domino's delivery boxes, just gray, they're brown boxes. And she's like, they're huge. Do you want to decorate one? We're like, how much? And she's like, $9. We're like, okay. So we have all our kids. We're like, oh, we'll split it. We'll do one because I'm cheap. Anyway, we'll take one. And we get to the table and we open it up. The cookie's this big, 2 inches by 3 inches.
No.
We're like, oh, geez, we just burnt $9. So that was my bigger mistake.
I don't know.
My wife's.
I think maybe the other one. Well, listen, the other one was a victory. $68 you didn't have.
Yeah, that's why I said. So it's
59 minus the cookie.
Exactly. So we burnt through $9 on a 2-inch cookie. Dude, we were pissed.
And no, the analytics on the dashboard don't tell you how to drive. You have a lot on the dashboard. You have, but what tells you how to drive is they have an assistance. There's this green set of arrows that's on the driving line. So if you follow the arrows, you're technically following the line. I don't always agree with the line, but that's a good rule of thumb on these simulators. And it's teaching you where you want to be on the track. So within a half hour, you understand, okay, I get it. That's where my car needs to be on the track. But what is not clear is, because every car has got this little nuances, it's not clear where and how hard to brake and how hard to hit the accelerator. All that is very messy. So that's where it gets tricky. I used to race go-karts, so I have a little advantage. And on a couple of the tracks, I'm within 1 second of the and on one track on the Red Bull in Australia, the Red Bull ring in the GT3 cars, I'm within 0.2 of a second, but that's a lot. But I'm within 0.2 of a second of the fastest lap that was ever pulled on that track. Only in GT3 cars and only in the Ferrari 488. I'd have to go through all the GT3 cars and see which is the fastest one.
Have you been to those racetracks in Vegas, the ones Mike's talking about? Have you done those ones? You go to Vegas back and forth sometimes.
No, I've been to Laguna Seca, Dallas Motor Speedway, Thermal, but not like. Oh! You mean Vegas for go-karts? Yes, Vegas has a huge national championship go-kart race every year. So I have been to Vegas for go-karts, but not real cars. I think they have real cars too. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Sugar cookies. That's
Is that true? That's true. That's what they are.
Sugar cookies. Yeah, they tell you make sugar cookies, and so you have to go in the water. Yeah, it's like get wet and sandy. So you get wet, you go into the water, get wet, and you're wearing your fatigues. And then you go back on the beach and you like do like a snow angel.
Oh,
and you push
covered in sand.
all
Yeah.
over you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's called making
cookies.
sugar cookies. They'll say either get wet in the sand. They'll say get wet, which means go in the water, come back. You have to go out to the surf zone, get completely submerged, come back. Or they'll say wet and sandy, which means go get wet, then come and roll around in the sand. Or they'll say make sugar cookies. That's the worst one because you're getting it everywhere. And you know, sand, beach sand is little bitty pieces of glass.
Yeah. And it gets just like rocked in your butt everywhere. Up waist to down waist.
There's no way around it. It's it's bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we look at this market?
We gotta talk about what happened. We gotta talk about what happened last night. So silver, like in the futures market, silver was kind of the crazy one. So, and I'll intro this because this is important in what's happening in Bitcoin and stuff right now. Silver last night opened up. So they're trying to sell it for $90 an ounce over in Dubai, over in Asia and stuff. People are lining up at the markets and stuff. It opened on the futures market at $85 an ounce last night. And as this was happening, they said, so the CME simultaneously raised the requirement for any futures leverage on the contract to $25,000 last night. So what that did is it required a lot of people to have a lot more money in their accounts all of a sudden. One person claimed a bank went down because of it. And then last night, the Fed had to inject liquidity into the markets just to help sustain, just so this bank wouldn't go under because they were so far behind on a short position that they had on silver now. Because I mean, it has jumped like 150% in the last 2 months or whatever it is. It's been crazy. It's been like out of control what it's been doing. But basically, because they did that, so they raised the CME raised the requirement for their margin to $25,000. Silver then jumped from last night at $86 or $85. It dumped all the way down to, I think it's trading at $70 now. And as it dropped past $80, Peter Schiff gets on and tells all his cronies, like, this is nothing. This is just a dip. Buy the dip. So everybody's like buying the dip at $80, and it keeps dropping all the way. It's at $70 now. So silver, the market cap of silver is almost twice that of Bitcoin, right? It's like 3.64 trillion. Anyway, I think Bitcoin's 2. Anyway, so basically the price of silver drops 16% in a matter of 12 hours, basically.
Silver is a FOMO trade. I mean,
dude, would not want it. That thing looks like it is just trading on ice right now. It could fall at any second.
Gold is a dummy trade too. These are both dummy trades. I mean, in a sense, you can argue that at least silver's playing some catch up for all the time that it was down, and it probably should have been worth more. Yeah. I mean, silver has much more actual industrial value than does gold. But the recent price action in both silver and gold is a dummy trade. It's a bunch of people that are buying it for the wrong reasons. And mostly now it's the Wall Street bets crowd. It's, gold and silver. Silver is the new meme coin. So a lot of people, I don't know where it settles. I would hope that it will settle above 50. It'll.
Yeah, I think so. It will. I think it should too, because that's probably better valued than it was.
It got to 50 in 2010, and it never got back until this year.
Jeez. It looks like it was stabilizing at 50 for months, though. All the way October to December is 50, so it probably will drop back down close to there. Maybe 60, 50,
My
50,
buddy was telling me
like
last night, because he sells silver and all this kind of stuff, and he's telling me about all these charts and stuff, and I've known him for a long time. And it's funny because people don't believe in TA unless the TA agrees with what you hope the price will be. He's telling me yesterday, and this is with conviction. He's like, yeah, it looks like we're going to be, once we get over 80, we're going to be in price discovery. This probably won't stop until 100, 110. Then it's going to resettle. And then you're going to have all these, he says, I'm like, everything you just said is stupid. We're at breakfast. I was like, none of that stuff is real. None of it. I said, do you think this is natural price action? How can someone tell you on a oh, well, now we're in discovery? What do you mean we're in discovery? Why? Because we just reached the price that the Hunt brothers, when they rigged the market like 70 years ago, we hit that price. So now we're in discovery. What the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, yeah, no, I mean, yeah. I'm like, yeah, nothing.
Discovery. We're in discovery, dude.
Yeah,
we're good.
Like, it's just so stupid. So, and this is a rational dude who thinks TA is stupid until there's an article comes out and then of course he's, a prophet. Well, we're in discovery now, and now that we're in discovery, 110, 120. Shut up. We're in FOMO is what we're in. We're in a bunch of people throwing cash at just something that's going up for no reason other than it's going up. So, of course, the top's going to pop off. It's a bunch of dummies. So, anyway. Yeah, that's the same talk.
Yeah, that's
probably the same one article that he read, too.
Look at GameStop. Go study GameStop. Silver is very similar to, I think, what's happening with GameStop. Everybody thinks they can beat the banks in their shorts, and they never will, I don't think.
Yes, silver has been manipulated, but everything is manipulated.
Everything's manipulated.
Yeah, so it's like
you just can't beat it.
People have been saying that for years, and it's like, so what? And yes, Chase is dirty because Chase has been in on it for a long time. And these guys, you know how it is. You get a trading desk, and they think they have the upper hand because they have their thumb on the scale, and so they bet heavy against it, and it works until it doesn't. And the dollar's not falling. That's another thing. The dollar's not falling, right? You do know that. You're not looking at the Dixie, right? You know that the Dixie is the dollar's just one asset in a bucket of assets. I hope. I'm sure that that's just that's a statement just to grind our gears. Because the dollar's not falling. And God's money they've been printing money since the 80s, but God's money hasn't done anything in 15 years. So was God asleep at the wheel? And again, but of course it's manipulation. I mean, I think you're saying all these things in jest. I don't think anything you said right there is accurate. Like, not one, except for the part where you don't agree. Everything else, I think everything else is flawed there.
I want to talk. This is a good question. What happened with Trust Wallet? Assets were taken for $7 million. Yep. How does that happen, and how quickly should I get my assets off of a hot wallet like MetaMask? So, just real quick re-intro to this, and I think I'm going to build a little bit of a course to educate just a little bit more on this kind of stuff. But MetaMask, remember, MetaMask is just a key to access the blockchain. It's just another version of a key. So they build these hot wallets. They're basically little bits of software that lets you access the blockchain. So if you did want to get your MetaMasks or your assets off of MetaMask, that you don't even really have to do that. All you have to do is switch your key over to another wallet. And so you could do that easily if you wanted to. But MetaMask is fairly safe. They have billions of crypto dollars on their platforms, unlike Trust Wallet with a shady update they lost $7 million in an attack that affected almost every single mobile user they had. That's how much reach these guys have.
Yeah, these guys.
MetaMask is a little bit safer.
Trust Wallet's nothing, and don't use something that says, like, when someone comes up to you and says, "Listen, trust me." I don't trust them. If you have to tell me to trust you, I don't trust Wallet. It even sounds dumb. Get out of there. Get your stuff out of there. Is there enough silver? This is a good question. Is there enough silver to cover if people withdraw it from COMEX? What people? Jason, what people? Like, if everybody, there's not enough anything to cover anything if everybody withdraws everything of anything. Like anything, because there's paper markets, there's financialized economies. So no, there's like 500 ounces of gold there's 500 ounces, I think, of paper gold for every real ounce of gold. But no one cares. No one wants silver. No one wants physical, and no one wants physical gold. I mean, yeah, your grandparents do say, look, but no one else does. People trying to make money don't want the cumbersome task of having to fucking warehouse. You know how heavy silver is?
Well, it's like that same time. Do you remember when oil traded negative So there was a market when oil traded negative, and what that means is if you owned that negative oil, you would actually have to go take possession of the oil at the warehouses down in Texas or whatever it is. But nobody was going to do that, right?
People were getting put in, and they had nowhere to put it. So they were, and that's a physical delivery market.
Yep.
Where you have to, so people trade the paper around these things, right? So, so there's no scenario where everybody would want their silver because you don't want your silver. You can't hold enough silver as a human to make you rich. You physically can't. The strongest man in the world probably can't hold enough silver to pay his rent. The strongest man on earth. All right. And you can barely hold enough gold to make you rich. Where are you going to put it? What are you going to do with your bars? Listen, this is a 400-ounce bar of silver. That's really not that much money. 400 times 70.
Yeah, 28. Yeah.
You're not super rich, bro. and that sucker's 400 ounces. How many of those can you carry? 6 or your back spine snaps? Maybe 8 if you're like, so no one wants physical. All these markets are paper, so that's just that's
the only reason they can even go up so high is because they are paper. Like if people were walking around, like Patsy said, actually trying to trade their silver back and forth, dude.
So
this would not work.
Depends on where you live. I want you to go and I want you to Google precious metals refineries near me. And they will probably sell you silver. They're gonna most likely want to refine it. Now, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can go tell them they should only take about a 5% fee on silver and about 1% or less on gold. If you want to have it refined, that's the best way. You're going to get paid the most for it. And if you have physical silver, you also have to determine, is it silver, like silverware silver, or is it like sterling silver, which is supposedly 92.5% pure, but it's really not. It's usually like 93s, 91s. And then is it Mexican sterling silver, which is actually 80% silver, or 82 to 83% silver, and not 92.5. But technically, sterling's 92.5 has to be, and then it has the little lion stamp on it. If it doesn't have the lion stamp and it doesn't say sterling, it's not sterling silver. But if you have coinage and the coins are 3 9s fine, 999, you'll see it on there, and they're normal distribution coins, that's easy. So no, dude, no. I've probably melted myself 10 tons of silverware. It is, I assure you, it is silver. There is mostly plated silver. I'm not talking about that. At a refinery, people don't bring us plated metal. They bring us the knife handles in a nice silverware set of real silverware, like why they call it silver. It would be sterling silver. It would be stamped, both sterling and stamped with a little lion. It would be the handles of the knives, not the knife itself, obviously, that's steel. And then inside the handle is usually lead or cement or plaster. Then the silverware itself, the spoons, the forks, the small knives, the butter knives, the serving spoons, all those, unless they have a handle, in which case the handle is actual silver with cement in it. But usually those are solid one piece. Those are pure sterling silver, pure. And so you just weigh them and melt them. We just melt them, and we melt them. And then we assay them, and at the end we know what was real and what wasn't. So no silver. There is silverware that's just electroplated with like thin silver coating. That's probably what you're talking about. But people's dining sets going back 150, 200 years are not silver plated. Those ones that you hand down from generation to generation as those sets. Do you guys have a silver set, Brandon?
No.
Not a thing that we do.
No.
It's a thing that our grandparents did.
Yeah. No.
But I have melted, and I can almost. I used to be able to. I could hold your spoon and be like, "Oh, you got yourself about 26 grams there, buddy." Like, Anyway, yeah, and then it's an ounce. A troy ounce is 31.103 grams. Just remember, everything's in troy ounces. Anyway, you go to refiner on silver, they're going to back it off they're going to take about 5 points on it. And about a point to a point and a half on gold. If you go to a pawnbroker, they're going to take like 20%. So that's the problem. Don't go to a pawnbroker. And usually a jeweler is not where you want to be either. You want to go to a refiner. Oh, they're Silver Gold Bull bought at Silver Gold Bull Canada. Well, if they're not coins in normal circulation, they're going to have to melt them. But that's fine. That's what refiners do. We melt coins all the time. So probably with silver, they're going to weigh it and they're going to compare it and they're just going to pay out on it. Because silver is not gold, right? But it is $70 an ounce. So I would go to a refiner. The best prices are going to be at a refiner. And you can also say you're a business. You can like give them your business information and, well, there might be a more favorable tax solution there.
Now we're talking. Yeah.
You can sell them right on eBay. You can literally take pictures of them and sell them on eBay. But you got to pay the eBay fees.
The eBay fees are insane, man.
They're a lot. Yeah.
They're a lot, dude. I sold a camera the other day. I'm like, oh, good. I'll get rid of this old camera that I have, dude. It was a $400 camera, dude. I got hit with $70 in fees from eBay. I'm like, what?
But and then by the time you shipped it, you should have just thrown it out the window.
Dude, 75% I ended up with out of the whole deal. I was like pissed.
Let's see. If you have American Eagles, if you go to a refinery with Eagles, they'll just buy the Eagles. They'll just buy them from you. Or you can sell them on eBay plus a whatever percentage eBay charges, just charge that much more. Like if they charge you 15%, then put plus 15%. People are buying silver like crazy right now. Yep. I have I have a big. Did I ever show you my giant silver coin?
No. Oh wait, I think you did. I think you might have. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like big, super heavy one. It's got a dragon on it. Yeah, it's a Chinese coin, and I think it's 5 pounds or something.
Jeez.
Yeah. I mean, you'd never sell. It's too beautiful to sell, but it looks cool. Yeah. Is it filled with chocolate?
Is it filled with chocolate?
I wish it was filled with chocolate.
That would be a much better scenario.
Oh, I also have a lot of bullion. I have a lot of bullion. I have a lot of pre-1960s, 1964 coinage, dimes, nickels, quarters, half dollars, and that were all 90% silver. Always check your change.
I got to go check my dimes. Go check your dimes this week, boys.
Dimes, people, check your dimes and check your nickels and your quarters. You're looking for some of the 65s, but mostly 64 and earlier. But you can look on ChatGPT and it'll tell you.
Jeez. I'm going to go check all my 8 dimes that I have.
Let me tell you what you can do. You can lay out all of your coins just lay them out with the dates up, take a picture, and chat will tell you if any of those are silver.
What? That's awesome. Yeah. Dude, chat's coming our way.
It's awesome.
Chat's the best. So the reason that we should go behind the wall and talk about the reason that I brought that up.
Off the dollar? What, dude? You're watching InfoWars, aren't you? Yes, you are. You're an InfoWars guy.
These guys, it's funny. They sit here and they say that. You know how long it would take for countries to get off the dollar?
You can't.
Like I travel quite a bit. They take dollars everywhere.
Yeah. You can't get off the dollar. You can try to use the dollar less, but you cannot get off the dollar. It's the currency of choice for the whole world. You cannot. Your country just says we will no longer do business. What?
The Bretton Woods Agreement, man.
We're not doing business. What do you mean business? No more international trade. Ever?
It'd be a pain. It'd be a pain.
We're going, buddy. Oh man.
Stable coins that are based in what? What are they based on, Nick?
Money's been digital. Quips. You know that money's been digital since the 70s, right? And I agree. I mean, stable coins are a new kind of dollar, but it's not a new dollar. There's just new ways to transact the dollar. Anyway, I'm gonna blame this on InfoWars because, man, never mind. I'm not gonna go down that path. Not one thing he said is accurate. He, she, or they.
Behind the wall, let's talk about why this is important for us, or why this might be a positive thing.
Okay. Let's see. Let me touch this button. Let me touch this button. We got a lot of buttons to press. I'm touching
You
this
like
one.
it. Jeez.
I'm touching the hell out of this one.
Going behind the proverbial wall now to continue the broadcast privately for the digital investors and digital private clients. If you'd like to join us, simply go to nickblacknext.com and subscribe to one of our plans and immediately take advantage of our library of tools, tactics, and information. It's all designed to help you learn, grow, and manage your portfolio like a pro. Join us now.